Alright, so I'm doing my speech on tie-dye. And everybody knows about tie-dye, you know, you've seen it around stuff, but maybe you don't know about, like, one of the specific ways is the spiral. I'm going to be teaching you the easiest way, which is the spiral. So some of the things you're going to need are gloves, because then your hands are going to look dirty like mine right now, for like weeks. You're going to need tie-dye, which I like using RIT, you know, there's a whole bunch of different things, that's when you really get into it. This is where you're going to mix the tie-dye. It's a bottle, you know, it just makes it easier to put it in places that you want to put it. These are rubber bands, you'll see where they come in. And then a fork, which is like my own touch that, like, through my experiences, I decided was best. And a t-shirt, preferably whatever size it fitted. I like to use Fruit of the Loom, not gonna lie. It's 100% cotton, and it's awesome. So you start with a t-shirt. What you're gonna do is you're gonna lay out your t-shirt, and what you're going to do is, you guys can see it from all the way in the back. So I made a really big fork. Okay? You can take it anywhere you want inside the t-shirt, wherever you want to start the spiral. But for this case, we're going to do it in the center of the shirt. So you're going to take your fork, you're going to go into the center of the shirt, and you're going to twist it so that the shirt's all lined up and circled, you know, like that. So after you do that, then you're going to take your rubber bands that you have, and you're going to cut it into 6 wedges, which will look like this. After you get it into your 6 wedges, which I have right here too, everybody can see in person, you're going to take your dye, which is in the bottle, and the best way to do it is to dye a wedge and then dye the wedge right directly across from it. And then not to do the same color, you want to do different colors and then dye the opposite wedges again. Then go from there. I like to leave white sometimes because it like gives it more of a look. But you want to make sure you get inside all the little folds because then you're not going to have enough dye and your whole shirt will be white. Then you want to flip it over. And after you flip it over, the best thing to do is to do the exact same color on the back side, each wedge. Okay? That's one way you can do it. Then, if you want, there's another technique which I'll show you because I have examples, where you dye the one side the different colors, and you dye the back side all one color, preferably a dark color, black or something. That's always the best way to go. You'll see it looks phenomenal. So, actually tie-dyeing the t-shirt. When you tie-dye, you want to use gloves because, like I said, your hands, oh my gosh, you don't even want to see mine right now. Then what you want to do is when you're using the bottle, you want to take the bottle and hold it at a 90-degree angle because sometimes when you hold it sideways, it squirts everywhere and it gets all different places and not where you want it. You want to keep it in the wedge that you have out for that wedge. Then you want to use the rubber bands. Notice, you know, every other color, like I said. It's going to get messy, so make sure you put out newspaper. I like to put out newspaper and maybe a plastic bag under it to keep from leaking tie-dye stains. That's for sure. So anyway, the key to a beautiful shirt, it's a secret that nobody knows. So don't tell anyone because, you know, it's really hard, but it's the most important thing. Patience. You have to wait till the next day. You can't open it up that day, you can't rinse it out. You're going to have light colors, they're not going to be pretty, they're not going to look, it'll just be awful. So I have already tie-dyed shirts that I have let sit overnight, and I wanted to show you the different techniques that you can see. And I'm going to open them up in front for everybody. And hopefully they look good because I didn't open them up yet. So here I have a tie-dyed shirt. And I did each of the wedges like I was explaining. Blue, blue, purple, purple. What you do is you take off the rubber bands. And then when you open it, tie-dye shirts always come out the best when you first open them. That's one that I made. And it's just a spiral. I chose the side to do the one part of it. And that's how that one came out. Since it's been sitting overnight, if you fold it, it's not going to come out bad because, you know, the dyes are already where they're supposed to be. This is the one where I use the method where you use the side all one color. It's really awesome. Nobody would think to do, but now I did all different colors on this side, but the one side I did all black. It's preferably, like I said, a dark color. It always comes out better. So when you unwrap it, the color is going to be all throughout the tie-dye. So it like doesn't just do like the other one where it's all the colors, the blacks throughout the whole thing because you did it on the one side. So that concludes my presentation on tie-dye. Just remember to always have fun with it because that's the most important thing. That's it.